Recording again.
Okay, maybe.
Supposed to be. Let me see. Yeah, it is. So I have now removed the sinhala.
Okay.
Now that you have to read without it.
Okay.
Well, you didn't read with
No,
it.
I wasn't reading the single. I was trying to avoid single because there is single was my
Mhm.
single translation was not accurate.
Mhm.
Is this where we stopped?
Because we were right here.
Oh, awesome. Okay. All right. Shall I go ahead?
Yes.
Tatagato hi mati pakkato asitiya. Thank you, Chudukuta. Asitiya pitipakkato asitiyati ve asiti asiti ඥාති කුල සහසෙහි කාරිතේ නීග්‍රෝ නීග්‍රෝ
Nigrodha
දමහාවිහාරේ
Mahavihare.
oh නීග්‍රෝධ oh there we go නීග්‍රෝධ මහාවිහාරේ ඒකමේව වස්සා වාසං වාසි වසි
Hmm.
තථාගතෝ වසි uh, Tathagata Vasi, so Buddha is living, Buddha lived. Breakdown. He mati pakkato he another word filler of some sort.
Where was he?
Tathagato he.
Yeah, he is another word filler.
Okay.
But it also has a meaning actually. Like indeed, it's an emphatic
Oh, okay.
word. I thought you were going to read up to this point.
Oh, I can continue to read. I was trying to see if I can break down just before the comma. I don't know where the sentence really ends, to be honest with you. It's a really long sentence. Anath, so I'll continue then. Anath Pindikena Karite Jetavana Mahavihare Ekuna Visati Vassani.
Now you know why
Ekuna
numbers are important.
Vassani. Ekuna Visati 19?
Yes, well
Okay.
done.
Vassani.
You had lunch?
I did. I just
Good.
had.
A little early for you. You ate like you ate at the time monks eat.
Vassa Vasang Va. Sorry, I derailed. There we go. Visakaya Sat Visakaya Satta Visa Satta Visa oh Satta Visa
I was trying to remove these underlying red stuff.
I think there's a way to say that. Tell that
Yeah, I have to
to
go here and say stop correcting grammar.
right, but then again, you might need it for other things. It's
Yeah,
okay. The red is not distracting.
okay.
Not yet, at least. Oh, now it cleared up. Maybe my eyesight is getting bad.
Hmm.
Okay. Visakaya Satta Satta Visa Koti. 27 kotis. Again, someone is building something, it seems.
Exactly. See, the sentence is about who built what and how much they
How much
spent.
it cost? Satta Visa Koti Dana Parichagena. So this time I think it's Visaka.
Mm-hmm.
Because when it was referring to Another Pindika did things, Visaka is donating, not really doing things. Parichage. Parichagena kareti. Pubbarame. Is Pubbarama a place?
Yes.
Pubbarame. Chabbasa, chab, chabba, chabbasa niti. Chabbasa niti. Vinnam, kulanam, gunamahattang, paticca, savatiyang, nissaya, pancavisa, panchavisati, vassani, vasang, vasi. Does this have something to do with Vasvasanava, rain retreat for
Mm-hmm.
certain Pancha VC? So 25, okay. 25 what? 25 weeks? 25 days? I don't see anything in, I guess that part I don't know.
So Vassa here means the rains retreat. So we do it every year. We started it in this temple on this Sunday, on the full moon day, and then ends in 3 months, where monks stay in one place without traveling in the wet season. In India, it was raining at the time, and monks and even pre-Buddhist mendicants didn't travel at that time. When Buddhist monks were traveling, people said, we are destroying the new plants, we are destroying the new, earth worms that come out in the wet season, like Gadavillo,
Hmm.
Panu, and that became a problem. So it went to the Buddha, and the Buddha said, monks don't travel at this time.
So correct me if I'm wrong. I thought Vasvasanava was the time when it's the rain season and it's because it's raining, you don't want to get exposed to elements. Isn't that the point of Vasvasanava? I
What
mean,
elements?
raining, so
No,
thunderstorms.
no, it's
So
not only the rain. Monks got into, their robes got wet, and
right, right.
there were obstacles like that. And but the rule became a rule when others talked about it, or they are still going when we have stopped. And now Buddhist monks are also a type of recluses. So then they all were told to remain in one place.
And
And
contemplate. You use the time to contemplate on your
and
own practice.
yes, and then monks were staying in one place doing nothing basically.
Mm,
And then there was a problem. They said they are like living in one place like pigs doing nothing.
I see.
And then the like Migasukaravia, just like any animal staying sheltered. And then the Buddha said, you should also begin teaching. When people come asking for teachings, teach them.
Okay, so during was period, rains retreat, monks don't go out, but followers can come to the temple for teachings. Am I correct? Am I interpreting that correctly?
Yeah, monks can go out,
You
but the
can. Okay.
rule is can leave the boundary. You
Mm-hmm.
you you have put like this temple is my boundary,
Mm-hmm.
and I have taken the vow of spending 3 months in this place. And if I leave, I come back before it is 1 week after. So within 1 week, I return. For the seventh day night, I come back and stay here because that is the rule. If you happen to travel, you come back, you spend only 6 nights out there, and for the seventh night, you come back.
Right. For practical purposes, I always thought, at least for Buddhist monks living in Western countries, it makes more sense to have the Vas period during heavy snow time, not
Yeah, that's why in Bhavana society, they do it in the winter.
right,
So they call it winter retreat.
not when the sun is out like this, where you can travel uh,
Yeah,
to what I don't know.
yeah.
So I
So
had a
we do it because we should do it. Then the Buddha said it. So we don't want to break that rule.
I agree, but my point is, did Buddha say
It's not practical.
specifically during this time you need to do it, or so when where Buddha lived, I guess that that's equivalent to, in my mind at least, the time he prescribed is equivalent to winter over here. Am I not correct? So
Time
that
is not equivalent to winter. The time universally is starting the monsoon season in India. It's not the rainy season in Sri Lanka even. It's really 1 month after that it
right,
begins raining.
right.
So, but then because monks in India followed the season, Sri Lankan monks and other monks also followed it. This is not done in some Mahayana traditions. They have long retreats, but they don't do 3 months. Rain, something called rain retreat. Vasam literally means rain.
Falling something, yeah.
Yeah,
Vesi, yes.
yeah.
Mm,
So, and your questions are valid, but nowadays it has become a thing about people wanting to invite monks for rains. So monks remain for rains in the season,
mm,
and it doesn't rain, but still monks do that. And then people come to listen to Dhamma. There are more programs than we usually do. And at the end, there is a Katina robe offering, but this also goes with finishing a construction project for the temple, like carpeting the floors or tiling the kitchen.
okay, okay. Some
So
modification. I see.
if they can afford it.
Mm, mm, interesting. Hmm. I don't know. I mean, again, I'm certainly not. If it's the rule, that's the rule. That's fine. But from my in my mind, I thought maybe the gist of the idea is during Buddha's time, his advice to the monks was to travel and spread the word, right? So I thought maybe this is a way for all the monks to stop traveling for a certain amount of time in the year, and just stay in one place, contemplate on your own practice, and maybe advance in your own knowledge.
That's supposed to be happening, and in some places it's a nominal thing. It's not practically
Mm,
actually done exactly that way.
mm, mm.
It's done because it's done.
It's done for the sake of doing it, not necessarily. I understand what you mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
But again, there are places if you go, if you are lucky to observe, they do it carefully, exactly how the Buddha did it.
Mm, mm.
And that's good because every fortnight monks come together and recite Patimokkha. You know what Patimokkha is
Right.
now,
Vinaya,
Vinaya
some,
rules,
yes, Vinaya
and
rules.
they do confessions. Some,
I see.
yeah,
I
they
see.
do confessions. I may have done little and minor mistakes, and I confess to you that I may have done little and minor mistakes.
Okay.
And then he says, consider yourself purified. And he says, okay, I'll consider myself purified. And the listener, the other monk, also says the same thing. And then I say, okay, consider yourself purified. We don't go into details, but we say we may have done little and minor mistakes.
Oh, you don't tell exactly what you did. You just,
So,
in your own mind, you know what you did. You just accept
yeah,
that you did something.
yeah,
Exactly what it is, you don't have to tell.
yeah. Unless
Or
it's
do
a
you have to
grave.
tell, or is it your option? Is it your option not to tell?
Oh
That's
no, in that it's just if it is only little and minor things, you don't go into details. Like, you know,
so. This is a little
uh,
similar to Christianity, where you go to the church and confess in front of the Father, right?
very
Behind
true.
a closed door.
Yeah, if you have done any of the 13 little bit bigger mistakes or any four grave offenses, which are called Garu Apatti, so very grave, like they are, you are, and that's big.
So these are
Then
just
you
for
go
monks,
into
right?
detail. Yeah,
These are Garuapati for monks, not the
yeah,
for grave five grave scenes. Nothing to do with the five grave scenes for the lay people. Am I right?
no, no, yeah.
Okay, okay, okay.
So read the Vinaya just like you read this. Vinaya has a lot of interesting stories.
Need to find an English translation because otherwise I'm not gonna enjoy reading that. I guess so. English or similar
So you
translation.
find both Pali and English and keep them on side by side now for your readings.
Right.
You need to now begin doing that kind of thing, so you don't fear that, you don't alienate it too much.
Can you give me an example of uh, Vinaya rule for monks that's considered not so serious, but wouldn't be even considered anything major in lay people life? So it's
Like you would be whistling and you forgot that you are not
ah,
supposed to be doing that.
it's a good one. It's a good one. Huh, makes sense.
If you do you see the screen?
Yes, I see the Word document.
Okay, so you go to 75 Sekya. There are 75 of these that monks are supposed to be mindful about. So to wear the lower robe correctly wrapped around oneself so as to leave the edges level. Exceptions. In the following cases, a bhikkhu does not commit a fault by having his robe incorrectly placed around himself. The robe unfastens or slides. Bhikkhu is not paying attention. Bhikkhu wears his robe too short or too long because of a wound. The bhikkhu wears his robe too short to avoid some existing danger. And number two, so it's all about robes. And now you go below. Not to swing the body when going to inhabited areas. So a little, and I don't know
But
how you do that.
what does that mean? Like swing your hands?
No, swing the body like this, I think. Like,
Okay. No, it's
like
discipline.
acting
I
like
guess
a,
I mean I understand the gist of the rule. I have to use
do
little
you
bit
want to
my
read this
imagination.
later?
Yes, yes. Fascinating. I mean, I didn't know they were called Sekias to begin with, so I wouldn't know where to look for.
Tekya meaning is like to be disciplined, like sikka.
Sikka, okay. In
When
eating,
eating, keep the
that's a
attention on
good
the
one.
board,
I mean,
right?
I like my kids to sometimes do some of these things. I tell them to do it.
This is the other thing. Eat the food one after the other without rejecting
Rejecting
any.
any, right? So, do you have penalties if you have
These
committed
are
anything?
little and minor ones. Only penalties you say, I may have done something wrong.
It's wrong. Okay, okay,
And I'm here to correct myself. And
right, right. It's contemplation more than anything else, right? So,
yeah, it's asking a question like, Pastasya ausota apatyo. Do you see those mistakes? Apatis, meaning mistakes. And I
right.
say, yes, I do see that. So you have to see it. Otherwise, you are
Otherwise, no
doing a
point, right? If
formality.
you don't
Right?
accept it, right, right. Makes
See
sense.
this one. Not to hide the curry under the rice in order to obtain more curries.
That's a good. Oh dear.
So if the Buddha lived so far, can you imagine how many rules there will be?
I mean, when you started saying these things, my mind ran directly back to Peradeniya, and I'm thinking, holy moly,
Oh dear.
that I mean, what sake, yeah. Oh dear, shouldn't even be thinking that's not gonna help me. Eating the
Yeah.
food, accept food in proper, not to accept more than one
Accept
ration
the
of
food in
curry.
proportion to the bowl without exceeding the inner rim
The rim.
when going to collect food. So if this is the bowl to this level inside, somewhere here or below there is a rim,
Ah,
which is like a little edgy thing.
you can see it when you're holding it, I guess.
Yeah, when you touch it, and if you fill it over that, meaning you are too greedy,
Too
and you may
greedy.
not even be eating that much,
That's more than sufficient. I see.
unless you had a physical ailment.
Mm, mm. To stand on tip. Can you go back? Not to stand on tip. Oh, there we go. Not to stand on tiptoes. I think we stand on tiptoe on heels. We think I see. Not to stand on tiptoes, so on the heels. We think
Inhabited areas, when you so you this is where people live.
this is mostly to show discipline more than anything else, isn't it?
Yeah,
It seems
but the
like, I mean,
problem is you will find interesting stories. There was a group of Chabbagge monks, 6 monks
mm,
who were group. And when the Buddha says not to stand on tiptoes or on the heels within inhabited areas, they go to non-inhabited area and do this.
right. The rule says inhabited areas, so I'm not breaking any rule.
Yeah.
Miss the point altogether, but I guess. Oh, oh, fascinating. Thank you. Thank you. Give it to Aya. Can you close the door? Thank you so much. Yes, please. Bye bye. Sorry about that.
No problem.
Speak only in a low voice when sitting in inhabited areas. Not to laugh. I mean, these are not bad for even lay people, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Speak only in low voice when going to inhabited areas. Not to shout. Not to shout out loud, I guess.
So there is Pali here.
Mm.
Appasaddo
Sadhu.
antaragare gamissamiti sikha karaniya.
Karaniya. Appasaddo is loud.
Yeah.
Sadda, Appasadda
Low
means
voice.
so upper. Does
Yeah.
upper mean opposite?
Little, low.
Low. Okay, Appasadda.
Alpa.
Alp.
Antaragare. Between houses or inhabited areas. Gamisami iti. I shall go. Sikha karaniya.
Karaniya.
Should be disciplined.
Why isn't it Sikkapadang Samadhyam? Isn't that same idea more or less? Kamis Samiti Sikka, no, Sikka
It's very
Karaniya.
similar. You are not observing them, you are just being mindful about this. So Sikha Karaniya, like those are a little bit advanced stuff, but this is about behaving yourself.
Is it instructing or is it
This is the Buddha saying should be done.
okay? Yeah, but on Sikkapadang Samadhyami, that's you by yourself agreeing to yourself.
Yeah,
I shall not kill or I shall not steal. Okay,
right.
makes sense. That's the difference, I guess. Okay, nice. Thank you for this. I'll probably read a few.
There is a place where it says when you are eating, you don't make sounds and stuff like that.
Mm, mm,
Na suru suru na
mm.
suru suru karakang bunjisami Sikha Karaniya. So you don't eat making the suru suru
Noises.
sound.
Mm, mm.
Good for children also.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. I tell my kids to always keep their mouth closed when eating. Not. I
Yeah,
mean, so that way they can control the noises within the mouth rather than doing
yeah.
making a lot of noise.
There's only 40 here. You have to go.
I think I saw on the side they
Yeah,
have the rest of the 227. This
yeah.
whole 227 is parajika. Oh, parajikas. Not to have sexual intercourse, not to steal, not to commit murder, not to claim attainments of stages of
Not to
purity.
let the tongue out when eating. Okay.
Not to lick the lips when eating. There we go. Nice. So let's get back to. I guess
Yeah, we
I'm,
can
I'm
get
also
this.
Sorry, I distract you.
No, we can hide behind one of these and spend all day.
Would you mind sharing that Word
Yeah.
document with me one more time, please? Thank you.
You mean the link?
No, no, no. You're sharing it now. I will
Yeah.
the Word document. Next time I'll log in with my Windows machine. That way I don't have to trouble you for this stuff. So
Mm.
now I guess the question is, what are we doing here? So Tathagato Vasi, if we break down from the outer end, so Buddha lived, past tense, Vasi. Uh, Matipakato.
So
Matipaka.
you took Tathagato and Vasi together?
Is that wrong?
Oh, I was impressed. That's good.
I'm just following your advice. That's what you did in the last couple of
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
times. So
Right.
I thought that's the
This
way to
time
do
you
business.
did it without me telling that. So I was like,
Okay. Yeah.
there is also this. So this Vasi. Or maybe you looked at this Vasi?
Yeah. So that's where I stopped last time before the comma and thought
Yeah,
I'll
yeah.
break it down
Okay.
up to that
Okay.
point and then go for
Hmm.
the rest. Uh, both was some was anyway. It seems like
Hmm.
added information where he was living, where he was.
You
Uh,
know, this is a Sinhala word, Vanahi,
Vanahi.
which
Okay,
doesn't have a meaning.
right.
So
Vanahi.
it's like,
Come to think of it, doesn't really have a meaning.
maybe I'll leave it there because we entered it.
Yes. Matipakko. Oh no, that's not
Mati
Mati.
Pakhato,
Matipakko to Asitya. Asitya.
Asitya from Mati Pakhato, from mother's side.
Matipakko to. I see.
I don't
Matipakko
know why
to
it is Mati. It could be Matu Pakhato. Matu is mother. Pakha means the side.
side.
Pakshe.
Mm-hmm.
Asitya, 80.
Oh, there's a number.
Yeah.
I didn't get that
Asitya.
one at all. I thought that was a verb, and I was really
Yeah.
going for a verb.
Asitya by 80. Because it's a case here. There is a instrumental case.
So Pitipakko is father side.
Yeah, father's side, another 80. So you get that, right?
Yes. After you help me with the Matipakyo, I can get the second part.
Right.
Dve Asit. So that's twice as large as Asitya. So
Yes. Nyati
Na
kula,
Nati Kula. Holy. Okay,
nyati
I get
kula
it.
sahase,
Sahase.
1,000 native relatives, relative families.
What
Kula.
happened to Dve Sati? Dve Asiti.
Oh, sahasa, I took sahasa here, but this
That's
is there.
thousand.
Yeah.
Nati Kula
They
Sahaseti.
asiti. So actually, they asiti nyati kula sahase, karite. 1,000. So let's take Dvayasiti separately. 280s here,
Mm-hmm.
not 82.
Right.
280s spent by 1,000 relative families because Karite, I would say built by Karite.
Uh-huh.
So how you get that is Mata Pakkato Asitya 80 by mother's side, Pitupakkato Asitya. 80 by father's side, their Asiti, it's now already 280s. Jnatikula Sahassehi Karite, built by 1000, not really 1000. I think it's 8, so 80,000, right. Okay, it's 80 from each side.
160,000.
Yeah, 160,000. Not really two, so we would take it. I think these are connected. Dve asiti jnatikula sahassehi karite, because they go together in by case. Built by 2 into 80,000 relative families. What was built? Nigrodha Mahavihara. In the Nigrodha Mahavihara, he spent only one vasa. Ekang,
Ekam
oh,
Ekam
eva,
Eva, is that how you break it down?
yes, Ekang eva
Ekam
vasa.
Ek. I got it. Ekam Eva.
Yeah,
Ekam Eva Vasanam. So one Vasa Vasam. What is a Vasa? What is the time duration for a one Vasana? Is that a
3
whole
months.
period of 23 days or whatever the number of days?
3 months.
3 months period. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Starting from this full moon, next full moon, next full moon, ending with that following full moon.
okay.
So begins in Asala and ends before November. Asala month is July,
Right.
but this time, because this is a Adhika Avruddha, which means the Poya, there are, I think in one of the months, there are 2 Poyas.
Oh, okay.
And so we started in August Poya, also for practical reasons. When all the monks finish early, and we can invite them all for the opening of our monastery here. We have a new building bought and we are opening it if Corona allows us to.
I
So for
wouldn't get
that
much.
reason, we
Right.
started in August,
Okay.
September, October, and so August included. It's ending in October, and then in November we finish by our Katina ceremony. November is the month of robes, Katina Chivara Masa. So then we end the rains rains with Katina ceremony. We end the rains season. So here only one rains retreat was spent by the Buddha in the Nigrodharama built by his relatives.
So does this imply the Negro the
Nigrodha
Mahavihar?
Mahavihara.
Yes, Negro the Mahavihar was built by Suddhodana and Yasodhara's family members. Is that what this means?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anatha Pindikena.
Mahapajapati, Gautami, and all kinds of others.
So then he spent some other time in another monastery, I guess. So Vassa, Vassam, Vasi. Vassa, Vassam, Vasi. Anathapindikena Karite Jetavana
So
Mahavihare
this is to be understood. Vassa Vasam. So this is 2 words.
Vassa Vasam.
Vassa Avasa. Meaning Avasam means living or dwelling. Vassa. Rain's dwelling. Ekang eva vassa vasam. Only one rain's dwelling. Vasi.
Mm. Mm.
Meaning spent. Lived. In there. Ekvasvisimai visui.
Mm. Mm.
But
අනාථපිණ්ඩිකේන කාරිතේ ජේතවන මහාවිහාරේ ඒකානුවීසති වස්සානි
right.
වස්සානි.
So what is the verb here? We will add it as vasi.
But it's not written, it's
It's not
implicit.
written. Yeah.
It's implicit. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is basically describing a whole time period where Buddha was during each was period up
Mm-hmm.
to a certain point. Okay.
This is
So
actually praising. You will see that he's going to praise Anathapindika and Visakha here
ah
by how many years the Buddha spent with these
I see.
people.
Okay. Okay. So he
But
only spent one was period in his in the temple built by his own family members,
yeah,
lay life family members.
yeah,
But relatively speaking, he spent 19 was periods in Anathapindika Sarame.
yeah,
Oh, is it Jetavana? Yeah, Jetavana Mahavihare.
yeah.
And then he spent even more time, I believe, in what Visakha built. It's Ubbarami.
So there in Pubbarami Chabbasaniti, only 6.
Okay.
And then he
Shabba.
puts them together
Uh,
and says, uh,
Panchavisati Vassana.
Panchavisati Vassani, 25 reigns, 19 plus 6. And why he does that is here.
Dvinna.
Dvinnang Kulanang of both families Guna Mahattatang, because of Guna Mahatnisa.
Mm, mm,
Guna Mahattatang Paticca.
mm,
Guna Mahattatang means heaviness of their qualities.
mm.
Savatting Nisaya, making Savatti as the place, he has spent 525 reigns.
So all these three places reside within the Savatthi city, Savatthi
Exactly.
area. Okay,
Yeah.
nice. Okay. But he could have simply said, this author could have simply said, Buddha spent 25 was periods in
Savatti.
Savatthi. Okay,
No, he has a point here. He wants to say something about Anathapindika and Visakha.
right, right.
Because at that time people perhaps didn't bring enough food to the temple.
Yeah,
So he wanted to say Anathapindika and Visakha were so good
good,
that when
right.
Visakha came, they brought sweets and drinks. And if they came in the morning, they would bring so many things. If they
Right.
came in the afternoon, they would bring so many other things. You see, Desajjani and stuff.
Anatha Pindikopi Visakhapi. So that's a and I think Kopi, if I remember right.
Yeah. Are you
Anatha
done
Pindika
with this?
and I think we are just done with that, right? I thought we just
Okay.
did.
Okay, we'll go on.
Did I not complete that? I thought I did.
No, I think you got the meaning, right?
I believe I do. So it's
Yeah.
basically අනාථපිණ්ඩිකේන කරිතේ ජේතවන මහාවිහාරේ
Ekuna.
එකූන එකූන වීසාති වස්සානි.
Hmm.
So that's the Jetavana Mahavihara made by Anathapindika spent so
19.
19 Vasana period.
Mm-hmm.
Visakaya Satta Sattavisa Koti Danam Parichagena. So that's Visakha
So
donated
Visakha spent less than Anathapindika here.
Sattavisa Koti. So that's 27 Koti.
Yeah.
27 Koti donation.
The amount she spent.
Right. Karite Pubbarame Chabbasaniti. So 6 rain periods in Pubbarama made by Visakha, who spent 27 Koti Parityaga donation.
Yeah.
Mm, Dvinnam Kulanam Dwinnam kulanam gunamahattam paticca savatyam nissaya pancha visati vassani. Dwinam kulanam combined or both. Why is it both? Because there's three here. There's three groups here.
No, that one, the other place is in Timbulvatpura, Nigrodharam. But this one, these two are Savatti. And this is one family and this is another family. And that other one by, you see also the number here.
Mm-hmm.
And his family spent more money, I think, more than another Pindika and Visakha combined.
Yes, I think in previous paragraph we find out how much another Pindika spent, if I remember right.
Oh, this doesn't say how much Nyati Kula spent,
Right.
but built
Number
by
is
80,000 relative families.
right. Come on. Yeah, got together. Yes. A lot of people got together to build the Negro Daramaya.
Yeah,
And the emphasis here is that that's built by Sidhuhat's family members or
yeah,
Buddha's lay life family members.
yeah.
Um, but I guess what the author is trying to say, he only spent one vast period over there. He spent a lot more vast periods in
19 plus 6.
six in Anathapindika, Jetavanya, and in Ubbarame. Interesting. So that's the emphasis he's trying to make here, I guess.
Yeah, he says Dvinnang Kulanang Guna Mahattatang Paticca because of Guna Mahattata of two families,
Mm.
because of greatness of Guna Mahattatang, meaning qualities.
Paticca is Paticca Samuppada. Dependent. Dependent Paticca.
Yeah,
Samutyam Nisaya.
Paticca actually should be here because I begin with because of. Savatting Nisaya. Uh, Nisaya, I like to get closer to its meaning. Foundation, 48. By
By
means
means
of, by means of.
by means of his leg.
No, no, no. Leg is something to do with where the word was. By means of Savarthi. In this context, in the dictionary, it was talking about the leg. Here,
Nisaya. Support self protection.
this is Nisaya,
Mm.
that on which anything depends, supports, help, protection.
So, yeah.
Soon you'll find Nisaya.
Nisaya. There we go. Leaning
Leaning
on.
on,
Nearby.
near.
Maybe that's the correct word. Yes, near.
Yeah, thank you for that. In this context.
Savatyam is close near.
Nisaya, near Savatthi. So he lived because of the Dvinnam Kulana. What is the case of both families? Genitive case.
Families. But isn't this in singular? Am I missing something? Kulanang. Oh, none. Sorry. Plural. This is plural.
Yeah.
Kulanang. None.
Dvinnam is how numbers are declined.
Mm.
When you decline number 2, Dvinnam means of the
Mm.
2. Kulanam is how Kula
Mm.
is
Kula ana.
declined, like Buddhanam.
Mm.
So Kula definitely is ending with a.
Mm.
So of Kulas, of the 2 Kulas,
Mm.
Dvinnam Kulana. Looking at the case, you get the best meaning. So allow me to remind the cases again and again. So you now hear it more and more, and now you begin thinking with cases, like you are learning with learning a language. So in 10 minutes, we can take a break.
Yes.
Okay, now
Anathapindi.
read what
Yes.
he likes about these two.
Anathapindikopi Visakapi Maha Upasika Niba Nibad Nibaddang Nivasassa Dve Vare Hatagatasස උපත්තානං උපස්ථානං ගච්ඡanti ගච්ඡන්තාච දහර දහර සාමනේරා නොහත්තේ ඔලොකේසන්ති nice
Olo kesantiti,
ඔලොකෙසන්තීති දහර දහර සාමනේරා නොහත්තේ ඔලොකේ Kesantiti.
Dahara
Oloke.
Samanera, little novice monks, no hatte, our hands, olo kesantiti. We'll look at
Look at.
our hands.
Why are the small Samaneras looking at a hand? Okay.
Because they are little children. They look at, what did you bring to us? Did you bring chocolate?
Okay.
And now you see why the monk began praising Anathapindika and Visakha.
To get to this point.
Yeah, to spoil the lay people or spoil the monks.
Ti tu tucca hattana tucca hattana gata pubba. Oh,
They never went with empty hands.
tucca hatta. Tucca hatta means empty. Empty
Tucha
hand.
means empty. Tucha Purisa means empty man.
Empty man. Na gata pubba. Gata pubba. Gata pubba.
Gata means went. Pubba, before. Na Gata Pubba means never went before. Empty hands.
Wow. Okay. That's a strong, fascinating sentence.
So then see it again. Anathapindiko api. Also Anathapindika and Visakha api. Also Visakha. Maha Maha Upasika, great Upasika, great devotee, great female devotee. Nibaddham, always.
Mm.
Nibaddham, Nibandavama.
Mm.
Divasassa Dvevare, Divasassa,
Twice.
of
Wait.
the day. Divasa here means Davasa.
Mm.
Dvevare, two
Twice.
times.
Twice daily.
Tathagatasya upattanam gacchanti.
Mm.
In the plural. They go to attend the Buddha. Tathagatasya of the Buddha here. Upattanam gacchanti.
Mm. Gachanti. Plural.
Gacchanti. They go, the two of them go, upatthana, for the attending of the Buddha. Meaning they go to attend the Buddha.
Mm.
Gacchantacha, when
Once
they
they get
go,
there.
Gacchanta, Anta and Mana, meaning it's happening now, kind of a thing. When they go, Dahara Samanera, young novices, novice monks, no hatte oloke santi iti. So here this is iti, should be there, but it's removed by an apostrophe,
Mm. Mm.
thinking that young monks will look at our hands because there were so many young ones who have become monks.
Mm.
Tucca hatta nagata pubba. Never went with empty hands. Never went before with empty hands. Let's see what they brought. Now read that part.
Pure battang. Pure battang gachanta. Khadaniya bojaniya bhojaniyadini. Khadaniya bhojaniyadini. Gahetva hetvav gachanti.
Yeah.
Pure battang. Pure battang. Pacha battang. Oh, pure and pacha. So something to do with before and after.
See, it helps you to read the
Mm.
whole sentence to capture what is he talking about.
Mm. Pacha battang gacchanta pancha kesajjani attacha panani.
Right.
Panani is a verb. What is that? Pana, drinks? No, probably not. Something five. Pancha beja
Yeah, drinks.
besajja.
So what do you think is the meaning?
So when they went in the afternoon, they seem to have taken five drinks. When they went in the
And
morning,
five medicines and
besajjani.
8 drinks. And also, cha means
Cha.
also
Also, oh, five medicines and
8
eight egg.
drinks.
Oh, okay. That's for the afternoon, when they visit in the afternoon.
Yeah, it could be 5 medicines and 8 drinks. Ashtapana, like Jambupana and all kinds of eight kind of drinks. You know what they are?
No, I don't think so.
So people now bring it like that. It's easier if I Google in Sinhala. This list. Go away. Now I don't know how to get rid of this thing.
If you click on
This is
the
the problem when you have
That's the extension. Some extension is bugging you.
Yeah, I installed the coloring extension. How do I?
If you click
Oh,
on the document itself, the Ashtapanam, it might disappear. I think. One more time,
oh, it
maybe.
just
No, it
makes
doesn't.
it.
What about the pencil sign on the top? Is it a pencil sign next to the way up top, next to where your profile picture is?
That
The pencil sign, yes. Yes. What happens to
that's
this?
a different
Oh,
highlighter.
that's a different one. Okay. How do we get rid of this? Highlight mode on, highlight mode off. That helps.
Okay, these are the 8 rings.
Amber, Jumbo is torture.
So amba panayanu idunu amba alpanin medapera sini sakuruwadiය මුසුකොට කරන ලද්දා වූද අමු අඹ කුඩා කැබිලවලට කපා සීනි ආදිය හා ඇල්දියෙහිලා හිරු රැසින් කකාරා කරන ලද්දා වූ වූද පානය ජම්බු පානය යනු ඉදුණු ජම්බු ගෙඩි ඇල්පැනින් මැඩ සීනි සකුරු ආදී යොදා කරන පානය මුද්දික පානය යනු වියලි මුද්දරප්පලම් ඇල්පැනින් මැඩ කළ
Hmm.
පානය සාලුක පානය යනු ඕලු ගෙඩි ඇල්පැනින් මැඩ කළ පානය පාරුසක පානය යනු බොරලු දමන මසන් ගෙඩි ඇල්පැනින් මැඩ කළ පානය මෙසේම දෙහි දොඩම් සියඹලා ආදී කුඩා පළවලින් කළ පානයද විකාලයෙහි කැපය.
So in
So
the afternoon, monks are allowed to drink a drink like this. Is that what this says basically?
yeah, at the time
Ha,
this is,
that's good to know.
but there were exceptions. This is only the gist. I mean, but if you are sick, you have to take care of your body like that. If you are traveling, you have to take care of your body. You know,
So Buddha allows Vikala Bhojana. I mean, these are the
if you are sick,
exceptions.
if you are sick, you can't eat, right? So then you have to wait until your body tells, okay, now you should eat. So sometimes Sariputta and Moggallana would go in the afternoon to get food for monks
Mm, mm,
because monks didn't at that time didn't keep food in the monasteries.
mm,
No place to store.
mm. Interesting.
So let's take a
Mango.
break.
Yes. Yes. Uh, 10 minutes. We are at. I
We are
haven't
here.
still. I haven't still converted the first part. Yes. All right. 10 minutes, Bante.
You are recording still, right?
I'll stop recording.